over there. Her eyes are starting to get a little heavy.
21-year-old Christina Harrison and her 24-year-old husband David admit they used to smoke marijuana.
I didn't know it was going to bring so much trouble to my life. If I would have known that, it would have never happened.
The trouble David Harrison is referring to came with a bundle of joy. After giving birth to her daughter in January of last year, the hospital contacted Children's Protective Services, saying Christina Harrison's newborn child tested positive for pot.
And I did smoke prior to knowing I was pregnant.
So little Rachel could stay with family members, CPS allowed Debbie Flores, the baby's maternal grandmother, to keep her, while David and Christina attended drug counseling and parenting classes.
And that way she can see her parents as much as possible.
Hey, pretty baby.
A couple of months later, David says a relative got mad at him and to seek revenge called CPS. That angry relative reportedly told CPS the young couple was doing drugs, living in squalor, and leaving the baby unattended.
And that proved to be false.
Still, in April of last year, CPS took Rachel from her parents and grandmother and placed her in foster care. The reason, CPS says, when a caseworker went to check out the caller's allegations, she found the parents alone with Rachel.
The agreement was that the child would live with the grandmother and that the grandmother would supervise any contact that the baby had with her parents.
Look at that baby.
This video was shot on May 24th of last year by Rachel's godmother, Sue Burson, a family friend. The video was shot at a CPS office. At the time, Rachel was still in foster care. This is a CPS supervised visit between mother and child. Sue came along. Christina is mortified when she removes her baby's diaper.
It was literally blistered, not just normal diaper rash, blisters, welting, pus coming out of it. It took me about 6 hours to actually watch the video because I had to keep leaving the room. It was so horrifying and so bad.
I was furious. I could not believe that they would let this baby get into this bad a shape.
Oh my goodness. That is a bad diaper rash.
Not one, but two CPS caseworkers come into the room to look at the baby's rash. Neither decide to seek immediate medical attention.
There is no excuse, no reason. She should have sought immediate medical attention that day. I think an ambulance should have been called.
We showed the video to CPS's Estella O'Gean.
Well, it looks like she has a severe diaper rash that needed medical attention.
So what did CPS do about it? The baby's mother told caseworkers she would pay to have Rachel seen by her own pediatrician. But the caseworkers declined that offer, saying a CPS policy prohibits that. Instead, CPS says the caseworker took the baby back to the foster parents and told them the baby had to go to the doctor that day. But the foster parents didn't do that. And the CPS worker admits she didn't follow up to make sure the baby got medical attention. On a Saturday, the day after they were told to take Rachel to the doctor, CPS says the foster parents took Rachel and another foster child in their care to a 24-hour CPS facility, stating they had a family emergency. On Sunday, Rachel was placed in the care of another foster family, but still hadn't received any kind of medical attention. According to this court transcript, almost a week had passed before Rachel was seen by a doctor, and the judge overseeing the case wasn't too happy about that. The caseworker told the judge she called in a referral on the foster mom to have her investigated, but didn't follow up to make sure the foster mother took the baby to a doctor like she was told to do. The judge tells the caseworker, quote, "You made a referral and yet you didn't do anything to take the baby yourself. So I mean, that doesn't sound like it's any better than what you're saying the foster mother didn't do. Am I missing something?" The CPS caseworker replies to the judge, "No, sir."
Was a week too long of a time to go before the baby saw a doctor?
Oh, definitely. I mean, you wouldn't, I think if anyone was uncomfortable and had a rash, you would want to be seen right away to treat it.
As for the foster parents who were told to take Rachel to the doctor but failed to do so,
they were investigated and put on what we call a corrective action plan.
Rachel stayed with the second foster family for about 2 months before being returned to her natural parents last September. No action was ever taken against the social worker. CPS closed the books on this case just last week. Randy Wallace, Fox 26, he investigates.